Yeah, complexity, of course. I mean, as you'd expect, right? It's the invited teams playing against the open qualifier teams. So, yeah, you'd expect the big orgs to come through, and they have so far. And of course, the upper bracket match, the headliner between Liquid and EG is obviously going to be playing out on the A stream pretty soon. But the B stream match is about to get started. I think we're about to get underway in the pistol round, Dean, between these two. And this one, as I said, I feel like it could be a bit of a barn burner. Both these teams play pretty aggressive, pretty sort of, balls to the wall, not really, not sometimes as strategic as it can, as Counter-Strike can be. But yeah, all the good luck, have funs are being popped in chat right now, and yeah, it looks like we're ready to get underway. Pistol round is started, and Gaimin Gladiators are already have the utility. Cynic has the double flash and smoke. Carson has the Molotov with the PT50 as well. He's brought up, hasn't been dropped over, so he doesn't have Kevlar to work with it. And they are going to be going in toward the A side.
Yeah, just a pretty standard retake setup, but an aggressive push in towards jungle, which isn't usually the response to this, so it might make things a little bit more difficult for sure here for Party Astronauts, especially as the opening kill is actually going to be found there for Carson. Actually also expecting this flank coming in from Pone alone, is able to deal with it in the end, and it's just across the board right now that it's all being done by Gaimin Giant, is that what it is? Gladiators, there we go. I was trying to remember for a second. I just realized the names are being really weird. I was distracted by the kill feed. 1 second.
Yeah, don't worry, we'll get that sorted out. Yeah, no problem. A little bit of a HUD glitch early on, no problem. All good. You can still hear us, probably. No problem at all. But yeah, it's got a situation right now where there you go. Look at that.
In my attempt to unmute Carson, I accidentally sanitized all the player names. So. That was what happened. They were all called calf, etc. You know, all the crazy names.
Carson hasn't agreed with the Valve muting system, unfortunately. So we have to sometimes drop a manual on mute on him. But yeah, it happens to the best of us. Not that it's happened to me, because I'm nice, but it's fine. Anyway, we're going in toward B, and looks like Carson's going to show some presence early on. So the Mac 10s, of course, already will at least be spotted for a second or two. 3 Deagles, a Scout, and a 5-7 on PA. And you'd expect PA to have a pretty good chance in rounds such as these. They won some tasty ones earlier against EG. So what are they going to do against GG? And here's the question. Don't forget, this is Gaimin Gladiators' pick. That means PA get to start CT. And Gaimin Gladiators are going to go for a bit of control toward mid now. Coming in from under and top mid as well.
Expected aggression there anyway. What's being held. The names still haven't unsanitized, have they? Oh no, it's just Carson that is still muted. We'll leave that. I know that okay. He's Blackbird or whatever it's saying. Either way, the Mac 10 doing a pretty good job. They're building up some money. Never mind, it was only one actual kill. He ended up shooting Carson in the back of the head. Not only muted, but apparently his teammates don't like him. Jokes,
that was an unfortunate one.
Yeah.
Getting in the way of each other. Cynic goes aggressive, and he goes aggressive very nicely. Should stop bending as well, but no. 1 versus 1. Thankfully, though, Jazz Pimp will decide not to just stick to the plant and chooses the right play to get off of it and go for the insta-trade. Makes it happen. Only 1 player left alive for Gaimin on that round, but it's okay.
I don't think I've ever actually seen the name Jeorge spelt with a J.
No, I actually agree with that. Yeah, he came. He was on Triumph in his sort of earlier days of getting noticed, I guess, in North America. And yeah, I remember a really good game he put up in, I think, a Cash Cup a long time ago in North America. And I said he was one to watch ever since. And picked up by Gaimin, and doing pretty well, has to be said. He got his first kill in this round. Get instantly tapped by Polalone's Deagle though. He had some good damage actually from PA on this round. Nothing wrong with this. When you basically have nothing. That's been going for a bit of control. They coming into coming deep. That's going to do some damage. Oh, look at that. Viz was like, what, 70 or 80 health? And that one naded him because of no Kevlar. It's a meaty one.
Yeah, it was pretty much on point. Oh, alone, he has a Mac 10. Ideally wants to try and get another kill with this to add to his money collection, and it is actually the low health player that's up close. If he had peeked a little bit earlier before that player from the CT spawn came back, maybe he could have gotten one out of it, but unfortunately it's not going to be allowed in the end. Jazz Pimp doing a pretty good job with his Mac 10, building up some economy. Love the name.
What about it did you love?
Jazz Pimp.
It's
Very visceral
a
image.
pretty good name. Yeah.
3-0. Tactical timeout, surprisingly, from Gaimin Gladiators. Not what I was
You know
expecting,
who?
but I guess they really want to ensure that they win out this first gun round.
Yeah, I mean it's their map pick. I
Yeah.
think securing it will be a nice one for them.
You've got
You know
4
who
pauses. We haven't.
Carson?
Sorry, I was going to say
Yeah.
we haven't seen anyone get close to using all of their pauses, so I like this use
Ah,
of them.
yeah, good point. Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely spot on with that. We saw, I think, first pause used at like 11-11 in the EG game on overpass. You know who Carson reminds me of when because he spells his name backwards? It reminds me of Cutler. Do you remember
Oh
him?
yeah, he used to do that as well,
CLG
wasn't
Cutler, the good old days. God, that's a long time ago now. I'm
he?
old.
He wouldn't always do it though, right? It was just sometimes.
Yeah, it was sometimes, yeah.
Good work by Jeorge. Dangerous to commit to that spray after getting the 1 kill, and it does end up costing them quite a bit of health in the long run. But either way, an opening kill, good damage was exchanged back on the B-Wills also, so Party Astronauts with a decent start into this gun round, and it's one that they do need to pick up if they want to try and get things going here in the early stages before it really starts getting out of control. It could begin to become reminiscent of their game earlier versus EG if they don't manage to stabilize. Ideally now. Curious Jeorge creeping forward.
I think that one's been used before. We have got control of the A site. The smoke's up toward the top con, so we have a chance to plant the bomb open as well. I think Jazz Pimp's committing to it on opposite side of triple, and he is doing just that. But towards CT, there's a bit of a gap in it, but they'll manage to avoid it for now. Polo does stop Jeorge getting aggressive, and look at this. There's going to be a bit of battle toward T-spawn position right now. Both players are 1 bullet from death. It's 9 HP versus 7. Who gets the bullet first? It's B-Wills. He actually brought a teammate in for support just in case. There is a smoke for the bomb, though. Viz has that, and he has a defuse kit to work with as well. Just goes for the spray, but I think misses every shot there, unfortunately. And now it's all down to Carsten. Finds Polo, finds a second as well, looking for the third, but djay's got a nice off angle, and Viz is on that bomb, so no problem. PA get off the board.
Yeah, it's not the cleanest of rounds, unfortunately, with only 2 surviving, but they'll be able to buy up. They'll drop a couple of weapons. Jeorge maybe just about scrapes out a rifle, or Ben even rather, and perhaps goes for a weaker weapon to get some nades alongside it, and yeah, that's the way it's worked out. He's gone for the FAMAS. I think a rifle was dropped to Jeorge. Gives them an opportunity here, of course, but they do need to ensure that they chain some rounds together, because Gaimin Gladiators still have a pretty decent buy. There's a Mac 10 on Jeorge, but other than that, AK is plenty of utility as well. And early on, looking for the mid control, it seems. The Molly, I think, not able to do much. There was a smoke down over towards Connector, but for now anyway, at the very least, they've been held off from actually pushing in for this mid control, and some aggression up mid from Pwn alone might give him an opportunity to snatch up a kill. If he sticks to it though, he could also be in trouble now that there's a couple of players working through under. Jeorge's going to have to pretty much commit to this angle.
Yeah, and that's why Polo goes super aggressive as well. Just decides to commit to it in the end. That smoke did actually hold off the players coming in from underpass, but Polo's aggression was very nice. Jeorge just sitting in the smoke. Often this can work for you, but it's a sit in the smoke battle right now. Plonking yourself in each corner of it, and Carsten will get the better of him. So 4v4 recovered. Polo watching toward Palace now. He'd be right to do so. B-Will is just holding there, waiting to pounce when they actually decide to go toward A, which I think will be the plan. Bomb has been spotted now. Cynic has it on his back, and the CT player has seen it. But maybe it's going to be a bit of a double fake, actually. We've got 2 players toward B. If they go now and get a couple of kills and have control of the site, then maybe they could get the bomb toward A as well, but they are rotating it back, so they're just being patient. This is the right way to do it. It's going to take a while to get the bomb into position, though. 30 seconds to go. Feel like PA have the right idea here.
Fortunately, they've... I was gonna say had a couple players pushing forward, but yeah, djay is given plenty of time to rotate in as they just aren't able to deal with the man in on bench, and it's a very separated push as well between all these players. No one was really ever ready for a trade to come in, one by one basically, and yeah, B-Wills is only good for the 1 kill in the end as well. It's going to be Party Astronauts with 2 rounds in a row. They do manage to succeed a bit cleaner this time as well. And we'll have the opportunity to really start building up the economy alongside the rounds, as Gaimin Gladiators, I was going to say, are likely to go for an eco, but no, they've decided to force into this. They know the economy isn't going to be great for Party Astronauts. They haven't really built up anything in the reserve. All they've done is ensure that their buy here is pretty much perfect, apart from that FAMAS on Ben. which he obviously just kept over from the previous round. But this is a swap up, a straight up B rush. djay's making it look easy. He sprays down 2. Is going to unfortunately have to fall back to the USP, but his teammates are here causing trouble, and he's just really being a nuisance as well, keeping a player busy. It's only B-Will's left standing, and he's going to be flushed out by that molly. Never mind, he actually gets the smoke dropped just in time. But it doesn't do very much for him in the end, rather. Sprayed down by Jeorge. We're tied up at 3-3. This is looking much better from Party Astronauts. They're able to get going a lot earlier than what we've seen in the matchup earlier versus Evil Geniuses also. A lot more promising. We have a pause. Not sure who by yet.
They paused for me. I think I'm back.
Hello? Oh, you dropped out, did you?
I did drop out for a second, yes.
What is the HUD doing? The equipment value is having a seizure.
Right now, everything is just in the space of like 5 seconds. Everything sort of seemed to go wrong for the players and the casters. You had a problem with the HUD. My internet dropped out for about 1 minute 20 seconds. And Carsten's had his game crash apparently. So we're gonna have a little bit of a pause before we come back.
I think the HUD's just confused by the type of pause that we're having. That's what's going on. But yeah, we'll be...
The HUD can get confused sometimes.
Hopefully we'll be good to go soon enough. You said we lost someone, was it?
Yeah, Carsten had a game crash apparently.
He's back now, I believe.
That's what Cynic
Unless
said.
The HUD just hasn't updated.
He is back, I believe.
Cool.
If it hasn't updated, you might have to have a little reset, but I think we're going to be fine.
I think it's okay.
Unpausing. Jeorge says thank you to the console for unpausing the game. What a polite man.
Yeah, I think you were saying Taco was thanking the admin.
He was, yeah.
It's polite people. That's what you like to see. Everyone's just here trying to play some games in the end, and no need to make it any less fun than it could be. Only pistols in this round, though. We finally get that eco from Gaimin Gladiators. They had been really forcing the issue with those force buys.
I've been caught off there. So did I? Well, it's pistols. Just ask you. Did I cut off mid sentence, or did I actually stop talking at a decent position? Because that was just lucky.
No, I think you just
went out.
I didn't notice you dropped out initially either, so I don't think it was a.
Oh, okay. Well, fantastic.
Terrible time to drop out.
I think the internet gods decided.
What's up with the radar? Thank you for telling me. Yeah, this thing, it keeps turning on every game. It should remember the setting that the radar's turned off, but it doesn't want to. So.
Yeah, the
radar
and the radar and the HUD seem to really like us today. I don't know what's going on. Well, it's more the radar than anything else, but
first aid using this new HUD, so
yeah.
Some team
I'm glad we got the observer sorted out. Ooh. So no issue.
Oh, I thought you got that wall back.
Then we have to deny the plant actually. So that's actually a successful round now for Gaimin. And Cynic's last alive. We can get one more kill. It would be pretty nice. Unlucky. Almost got the crosshair placement spot on. Not to be though. Penalone takes him down. Bomb plant is a success. They have good money now for the next round. Better than they would have had before. PA up 4-3. Good recovery after the early start for Gaimin. Yeah, we have the radar issue resolved now anyway. A little bit of delay to catch up, so I was just letting people in the chat know there. That's why I was quiet for a moment. But yeah, I like being transparent with that stuff. I think it's better to let people know.
Back on the full buy now. Jeorge's burning in towards connector. That is not good. He's actually forced to sit forward in the smoke. Thankfully, no one's deciding to play around it from the T side as of yet. Cynic's actually going to get caught by Pwn alone, and the push through. He's been bypassed. There we go. Jeorge gets a free kill on towards Carson. Ben will fall up on top of Palace. Doesn't really get to do much damage before he goes down, but the numbers still heavily favour Party Astronauts as they continue to extend their advantage in this round, as well as the position of the bomb right now dropped out in the open on ramp. They should be able to hang on to that fairly easily. It's going to have to be Jeorge and B-Will pulling off a bit of a miracle right now. There is at least some time, but oh, that is not the ideal time for that smoke to fade away. Jeorge over Jeorge, confirmed.
So many J's, but in the end it's the one with 2 J's that wins out. And Viz will finish it off toward B-Wills as well. So good find from PA. Again, I mean, that round from Gaimin, I didn't dislike what they did, but it's just a little bit too sort of one by one, right? They're a little bit too separated from the rest of the team. And they got picked off for it, looking for some individual plays rather than sort of going as a group in that one. They didn't have a buy in this round, though, thankfully. That bomb plot in the round previous, of course, was giving them a little bit of a bonus for this round 2. Some utility to work with too. It's not like they're completely broke. So they've got a chance at least. Poland toward connector, looking over the top of the smoke, peering over it. One of the most common views to have for an AWPer in all of Counter-Strike, it feels like. Cynic will spot one player as they drop down toward the back of the site and just spots him falling away as well toward a favourable angle. 1 minute 20 to go, and Gaimin will increase their mid control.
Yeah, still plenty of time anyway, as you said. Just running down the utility, really, of these players towards mid at the moment. Smoke towards the window should let them begin to push into wherever they want to get the control, which seems to be connector for now. The bomb heading back around towards ramp as well would indicate that it's likely to be an A split. And it's an interesting setup. One player back in the CT spawn, one pushed up close on the ramp. They're not really in positions to help each other at the moment. And yeah, Ben peeks in towards ramp, gets punished straight away. Jeorge's going to try and play around this jungle smoke, hopefully to find the timing behind them as they push through. And he does indeed manage to take out Carson, a second on Jazz Pimp. And suddenly it's just a sea of blue in the kill feed. It's all Cynic left alone. What looked to be a promising round for a couple of moments for Gaimin Gladiators just completely collapses. It's 6-3, Party Astronauts with 6 rounds in a row at this point, and this is Gaimin Gladiators' map pick. It's not 100% a necessity for them to win it because they're still a pretty solid nuke team, which is the following map that's coming up. They don't play it quite as much as Party Astronauts do, but they've got a flawless win rate on it over the past few games, so it's definitely a matchup here where I think it could go either way.
Yeah, the first 2 maps are, you know, actually really good for gaming when it comes to just pure paper stats, right? But like, you can't go by that necessarily. You have to sort of dig a bit deeper and see that, you know, PA on Nuke, for example, have played it 10 more times than Gaimin, and of course they haven't played against each other for a while now. I think it's been just over 2 months, if I'm not mistaken. And of course that was when PA still had Cynic, who is now obviously on Gaimin. So that's the sort of talking point of this matchup. The fact it's a lower bracket, the fact it's elimination, and it's the fact that Cynic has his first chance against PA since the breakup, I guess you could call it. We added Viz to replace him. And then comes the flashes toward B. Pistols coming in for Gaimin. Jumping in. Good flash, actually. But DJ and Viz will combine to keep themselves alive. Carson and Jazz Pimp get taken down each. Jeorge with the Tech 9 tries to spam down the shoulder. Can't hit the shots. And actually, Party Astronauts win the round with all 5 alive. So good stuff for the future of the economy. And Gaimin on their map pick are up against it a bit here.
Yeah, it is kind of beginning to get to that worry stage, isn't it? They do need to pull it together if they want to grind out up towards, I think, the 6 rounds that really they'd be wanting to come away with at minimum.
Yeah.
They have the op on Cynic at least. They are rocking a buy here with everything they could ask for, basically. Let's see what the plan is for Party Astronauts, because they're charging out window, dropping in towards connector, 1 player in towards under. DJ actually is going to stay fully committed to the fight, but Ben's already gone, so he's got no support anymore. It does seem like he's decided that falling away is going to be the best option for him at this point. It's an early advantage for Gaimin Gladiators. This is a position we haven't seen them in all too often.
It's the first real man advantage, I believe, since the opening couple of rounds. Of course, they won the pistol and won the conversions as well. So ever since the buy round started for PA, they have failed to lose one. It's been a 7-round streak. Jeorge peering on top of that connector smoke. Jeorge is only 2 bullets from going down, really. Watch out first, and he was actually likewise similar health. Can Jeorge stay alive though? I very much doubt it on basically 1 HP. Jeorge will find him. So advantage intact, and that's a lovely second kill. Poland will get punished for having a peering connector. But 2 kills come back immediately and very quickly as well for DJ, and DJ even gets a second. as they try and make their way towards short. Okay, now it's Carson 1v2. 35 seconds to go. They know where he's coming from. Viz still hiding. Empty Pillar playing this one very smartly. Not refusing to show himself until a plant comes in. Carson has no idea where Viz is at the moment. DJ leaps out, and go down, and Viz will go aggressive off the back of it once he gets the information. Great stuff. And PA keep the streak going.
Yeah, bar the initial round streak of 3 rounds rather for Gaimin Gladiators, they've been just not present in this game, unfortunately. We've been having a little bit of that today with the more one-sided matchups. Not really what I was expecting either. It seemed like a fairly stacked qualifier, and in fairness, it is. It's just that obviously these initial matches based on the seed and do end up with the stronger against the weaker teams, and we're just not really getting any upsets so far. Could still happen. Always the lower, always other games in the lower bracket, right?
80k map 2 is actually our closest game so far, I believe. Closest map so far.
Yeah, 16-14, wasn't it, in the end? So
yeah,
that really could have went either way. It came down to pretty much the final round, and it seemed like it was going to go the other way for 80k till they lost against the weaker buy. Is that something that could happen here? Could Gaimin Gladiators find a weaker buy to inspire a bit of life? It would be great if they could really kick things off right now and get some pistols and, well, a push-up short that's going to be able to bypass the op for now. So this is not bad. Unfortunately, they have long-range fights up against these M4s and the AK, and it's not working. It's 2 each for those B defenders. Cynic on the lurk's going to get 1 kill, but that was really only a position that would be fruitful if his teammates had actually found success back on B. Couple of kills, I mean, some damage. The economy isn't great for Party Astronauts considering they've won 8 rounds in a row, but they do have 1 player with 12,000 and everyone else is in an okay position.
Yeah. I think you can just go for damage anyway, even though they know that the money's sort of out of control here. Would be nice. I mean, he can even go for the round win if he really wants. It's going to be a hard one, 1v3 with 40 health. He's got time to play with, but the bomb's in the CT possession, of course, so that's unlikely. I wouldn't be surprised to see him at least go for the kill. He can buy next round anyway, of course. No point saving the deal in the M4. DJ toward bench, looking for another kill, and he'll make it the 3rd. Good hold from DJ. So he's 17-8 already, is DJ in this game. In the first 13 rounds, he has a total of 149 ADR. Now, that is tasty. He's one of those sort of players that I mentioned earlier, you know, alongside Ponalone and other players in the scene, like the Saw players and Jax, of course, on G2 as well, who, you know, are slightly older than the sort of rest of the scene, basically, and still putting up fantastic performances at their level.
Just putting up the game settings while we have a tactical pause here, by the way, because I only realised they still had them on low how I played the game.
Excellent. Yeah,
don't worry. Get that a little bit of extra
we're on
quality.
Top of everything.
Yeah, on top of everything, going into the 3rd and final best of 3 of the night. Totally.
Listen, it was a new experience for you. I think you've done great, man. I'm proud of you.
Oh, I've done plenty of production. It's just been a while now because we have been getting our own producers for a while. It straight up looks better. I turned up the anti-alias and everything else, the max.
Beautiful.
Looks
beautiful.
9-3 though. I wasn't expecting this after the start from Gaimin Gladiators. Even in the initial couple rounds or initial few rounds that Party Astronauts got, it wasn't one-sided. They were still close. It seemed like Gaimin Gladiators had had the chance to break them, but it just got out of control at some point.
Yeah, and it's 9 in a row. I mean, it's as simple as that. Pistol and conversion, both conversions for Gaimin Gladiators, and ever since the gun rounds began, PA have won every single one. DJ, as I said, 17 kills. Viz is up to 14-4. No problems at all at the moment.
Going to be fairly standard default from Gaimin Gladiators. Nothing crazy. Crack angle on the op over there. You have to be a crack shot if you want to land. If you want to actually land it.
Yeah, that's such a hard one. Often open up sights though. Seen it many a times. If someone here hits that tight shot, it can give yourself an opening to pounce upon. Gladiators know they're at a point right now though where they kind of need to find a way in because they've been completely locked out at the moment. Jeorge is continuing that fashion. Stops Carson looking for information toward ramp. And with the utility that Gaimin Gladiators have left, it's probably just going to be your bog standard A execute at this stage. Probably the only choice they have. 2 smokes, good flashes, 2 Molotovs. That's probably what you'd want for an A execute. Cynic's top mid, still with the AWP at the moment. Looking for some information. 40 seconds, and I think this is going to be where the play comes in. Nice flash, actually, so it bounces up on the other ledge of Ramp, and Jeorge, oh my goodness, gets tagged. And I think that was probably heard there by Jazzpimp, to be honest. You can hear those tags when they're close up, and now it's down to Ponelone to defend 4v4. 20 seconds to go. It's going to be the A site. Cynic does get his kill towards mid on the lurk, and the entries work out nicely. B-Wars will take Ben as he only goes 1 for 1, but Ponelone is still here, and with such low time, Viz could make something happen. Just need to be wary of Palace, and there's the cover, and there's the pick. Beautiful stuff from PA, and look how far Cynic was away. They knew he was far away. And that is going to be another PA round. Double digits confirmed, 10-3.
10 in a row. If the pistol round didn't go the way of Gaimin Gladiators, this could be on track for a 16-0 right now. So it's a very dire situation, to be honest, I've got to say. Maybe I'm being a bit of a cynic.
I wondered how long that would take.
Yeah, I had to do it. I only thought of it when I got the end of the sentence. I was gonna wrap it up and let you start talking.
Yeah, I mean that's fair enough. I mean, I'm still most impressed with the Miston one. That one just rolled off the situation perfectly. So
it did fit perfectly.
Yeah.
Bit of damage from John Jeter. Boost up into the ladder room. I like this, a little bit of a change up. Unfortunately, it seems like most of the attention is going to be on Connector, and that's left Ben alone. Oh, how the hell is he still alive? Thankfully, they're stuck in the smoke. They just had no vision. And he's going to go ahead and get 3 for himself, 2 of which are on the USP as well. He keeps them all distracted for his teammates to get into position and clean up the couple stragglers that he left over for them to have. 11-3.
Ben is a gamer. Ben the legend. Not the legend, but a legend. That's a recovery and a half to get 3 from that. And as you say, that's 11 in a row now. And last another half coming in. Look at the guns they've just dumped in the spawn there. All using up all their cash, of which they had plenty of it. Retake rifles as well for Ponelone if he needs to retake the A-bomb site. Always handy when you're in that position. Jazzpimper's got control toward chair at least. Got his way all the way through. But whether he gets any action in that position is another matter. PA flawless at the moment, but for that pistol round and the conversions. Can they keep it that way?
They'll hope to. No matter what, I think they can be pretty happy with this CT side, even if the 4th round somehow gets away from them. Time in there for John G.
I actually like that, because he didn't commit to the spray, right? He didn't commit to a duel. He sat in the smoke, waited for it to fade, and then as it faded, got information to fall away. Didn't even need to go for the kill. That's pretty smart. I like that.
Also helps bait out Molly, which does be helpful. Stops it from being there for an after planting for this push on towards the bomb site now, as Viz is going to be mollied out either way. Alone at least give him some cover, but John G's just stuck in on the bench. There was nothing that could be done. He actually burned. I thought it was the wall bang. They weren't actually covering. I seen Cynic was in towards the bomb site, so I thought Jeorge would be covered right there, but no, Ben was able to at least delay by dropping that bomb plant for a second. Fortunately now, both players left coming in from short. It's going to leave them in a pretty difficult position for this retake. A double peek hoping to maybe catch one player off guard, but as you can see, DJ goes down immediately, and now it's Pone alone. Well, alone, like the latter half of his name says, and it's going to be Carson to finish him off. So the 4th round, it is snatched away in the end by Gaimin Gladiators. Unfortunately, if they were Gaimin Gladiators, I think they'd be dead by this point. They wouldn't have made it far through the arena, because this has not been a top tier performance from them. But it was only one half. There's still an opportunity to come back now on this second half of Mirage, and of course with Nuke up next as well. So there's still lots to go. First though, guys, we have to unfortunately send it over to a little bit of a break and leave you with some amazing music.
I can see you late night on
Alright everyone, welcome back. We had a fairly quick break, it didn't take too long. And it didn't take too long for Party Astronauts to get themselves into a commanding position in that first half either. Yeah. Will they carry that on is the question. One positive was Gaimin Gladiators found success in the pistol in that previous half. Can they do the same here and hopefully build off of it, unlike what what happened, of course, in the previous half. The aggression towards Palace, though, takes my attention. No damage, though, being exchanged at all. Just a couple of shots fired and both sides looking like they want to go ahead and calm down the situation for a moment and reassess.
11-4 on Explore. Gaimin Gladiators need another pistol round, though, as you say, to give it a go. And at the moment, it's not working out too well for them. Cynic toward that position as well. Oh, it's just too good. Too good from Jeorge, djay, and Poundline all getting 1 kill each. Insta headshots on all of them, basically, giving Gladiators no chance, to be fair. Cynic with the dualies towards short. Getting fought by Jeorge at the moment. And long range. Let's take Jeorge as well. Long range dual Berettas. Oh, will he get the kill? Oh, he gets him. You know what? Worth it. He committed to that duel for so long. It would have been sad if he didn't make it happen. So, you know, may as well say, yeah, get the kill. All good. That keeps him.
It's no transfer like what we seen on that Vertigo game, though.
True. That was nuts, actually. I think that dual Berettas transfer was one of my favourite ones of the that I've seen when they buy up dual Berettas in pistol rounds. Actually, very nice. I think my favourite player to watch when they do that is Imor. I think Imor from Eternal Fire does it every single time, basically.
With the dualies,
he's nuts. Yeah, absolutely nuts with them.
I haven't got to cover Eternal Fire much. I do recall him using them now, and I did cover them, but I think I've maybe only done 2 or 3 best of 3s for them so far. I think because they dropped out of the previous season as well, wasn't it?
They did. You're right. Yeah.
So that's why we didn't really get to cover them too much. I think a couple of qualifiers was all. Jeorge leading the charge out on towards A, unfortunately into a stack, which I don't think they're going to be expected. They should still be able to deal with it without too much trouble, though, and yeah, that's the case so far. Carson does decent damage, actually. Unfortunately, just doesn't really have the manpower to combine and get the finish on it, and it's all on Cynic now. Straightforward round, a quick 13-4 lead now for Party Astronauts, and if they win out this first gun round, then there's really not much room between them and victory here on map number 1. Again, Nuke is at least a map that Gaimin Gladiators are strong on, but considering this is Gaimin Gladiators' map pick, we expected them to be strong here too, and Party Astronauts so far have made it look real easy.
Sort of 50-50, right? Like, as you say, I expected to see Gaimin Gladiators put up a pretty good fight on their own map pick, but we haven't, really. And then at the same time, they have, on HLTV at least, Gaimin Gladiators are unbeaten on Nuke, so, you know, in the last few months. So you want to see, you want to see them to do pretty well on map 2 for sure, even though it's PA's pick, but PA have played it a lot more and had some very, very good results on that map. This should be a good result in this round as well for PA if Jeorge keeps getting entries like that. Nice dink actually from djay, considering he was looking so far away. And in the meantime, while all that action was going down toward mid and short, they went toward A. Jeorge manages to find Jeorge. So recovers it into a 3 versus 3, but again, only 1 kit available. Thankfully, they do have 3 smokes, so that's a full set of retake smokes basically to put up and lock out this Mac 10 of Ben on 1 HP. If that smoke hits him, he'll die to it.
Nice shot by Pwn alone. It was the low health player that he finishes, but definitely going to make things a little bit easier. Also commits out to the angle now, though, so that they'll actually be able to work this off of each other. Unfortunately, Jeorge is getting all of the kills right now. He's already gotten 2. Cynic covers him off so that he can go ahead and stick it, and they have the kit, so there is time for them to get the defuse in. An absolutely heroic save there by Jeorge alongside Cynic in the end, and it gives them a lifeline. It stops them from likely having to give away map point. Instead now, they actually have a chance to potentially break Party Astronauts just by winning this 1 more gun round.
Exactly. I mean, it's not, you know, beyond the realms of possibility. I always say that when your opponents are still on 13 or 14, you always feel like you have a chance. Especially now you're on CT side as well. If you're gaming, you know, it might be a chance. Jaspimp going to go aggressive with the MP9, or at least thinking about it, but for now he'll stay back. Nice pick from Cynic. That takes down Pwn alone as well. He'll immediately shift his attention toward Palace. Jeorge trying to make his way out. B-Will's currently under the balcony at the moment. He's being forced out by plenty of Molotovs, and I think it hits a dink through the bricks there. So it doesn't do the full 90 damage, only around 30 to Jeorge. Nick's still in position though, and they don't have a resource in position as of yet. Viz has one, but oh, it doesn't matter. They just go straight for the duels. They use the top con smoke. Jeorge and Benny get both. Nice frag from Jeorge, but it's immediately found by Ben, and now it's all down to Carson 1v3, and he is miles away. So should be 14.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. It looked like they might have lined up for Jeorge there as well. Save, at least for Carson, gives them something to work with in this next round, but they won't really be able to get much behind it, unfortunately, I don't think.
It's a free AWP as well. That is Cynic's AWP that he can now grab into the next round. Polo didn't have one of his own, so yeah. Always nice when you get that.
I mean, the AWP's really handy for working around mid and such, but when you're actually pushing in towards the bomb sites, it can be a little bit awkward. Over towards A, you can lock down the CT angle, and in towards jungle, of course.
Yeah.
And we haven't really been seeing much B, so I guess we don't really have to worry about that. Now that I think
Maybe
about
not.
it. If it keeps up at this rate, we won't really have too many more rounds to worry about in general. Gaimin Gladiators, they're investing in here, which isn't too surprising considering they were left in a very awkward spot with a couple double eco, couple players facing the double eco even, so
yeah,
understand going for it at this stage with the scoreline as well. If this one doesn't work out, they'll be in a very similar position in the following round. Pwn alone, and a couple chances there, doesn't manage to land sadly.
nice attempt, going super aggressive there again, of course. Yeah, at the moment, really, it's only the sniper of Gaimin Gladiators that has a good number on the CT side. 16 and 16. So his teammates are on 9, really. And, this hold's looking pretty good, though. Aspent will take one with the Deagle. In the meantime, Carson probably would have felt like he could have got more than just one from that position, but not to be, and now Jeorge has advanced further. Unfortunate, actually, to get caught by that spam by Jeorge with the 5-7, just straight through the window smoke. It's back into a 2v2. I'm going to tell a lie. It's now a 2v1. Just Jazz Pimp on the picked up AWP as well. No kit available. He's going to have to just hope he gets peeked to give him at least a chance in a 1v1, and it's not going to happen. Nothing to be found. He's going to have to escape and keep that AWP into the next round. And the money they're going to have is going to be awful, so probably drop the Deagle to a teammate. Others can buy MP9s and such, but PA are going to reach map point.
Op at least being saved, most likely. Yeah, no one's actually pushing over towards A, so we've got to find some positives. But that's really all I can see. Maybe an SMG or something can be dropped by Jazz Pimp. He gets the armor and a few nades for himself. Actually, he's going to give the op over to Cynic. Makes sense. He's been playing really well also. Get it into his hands. Hopefully he can be the one who turns the tides of the game here in this round. 10 in a row though is what they need for overtime, so I'm not incredibly hopeful, I won't lie. I think it's just going to be a straight up A rush. Yeah, this is a bit of a change. Drop the smoke on the molly, expecting a weaker buy. Just brute force on towards the bomb site. Unfortunately, one player has made his way out and towards Under Palace, and everyone else has kind of held a little bit back. They've been stagnating a little bit here. Eventually, nades go down. They actually push in through their own jungle smoke as well. But with also a top connector smoke down, it works out to force the players back out, and they still even get a kill spamming through it. So this is just working out perfectly. A 5-on-4. A horrible position in the retake for Gaimin Gladiators.
Oh, in we go.
Oh.
Jeorge straight through the smoke. Classic Jeorge gets one, even knifing in it. Can he find him? Oh, it's so close. He's got it. And that's a bit of revenge for the Cynic, of course, who have obviously left the PA team to go to Gaimin Gladiators. And that is a way to end the map. That's a highlight to end it. That's exactly what we want to see. PA take map 1 very comfortably in the end as well. Good stuff. And that was actually incredibly impressed with how they completed that one, because, Dean, if I'm not mistaken, ever since Gaimin Gladiators won the opening pistol to get a 3-0 start with the